Hey guys, welcome back. Jordan here at the Nutty Gnome Homestead. It is the end of October 2024, and as you can see, we're standing out here in our garden getting ready to plant a cover crop. We've already pulled up the rest of our vegetables. We worked the soil. We got everything put down, some of our manure put in here, a little bit over compost and organic matter. Now it's time to cover the soil. I do not like to let the soil lay fallow over winter. I don't like to watch it blow away or wash away with the wind and the rain. I like to have my soil working continuously to make it better. Guys, adding organic matter around here, especially where we have a real thin topsoil layer, is going to make a huge difference whenever you plant your garden in the spring. So I'm going to bring you guys in close, and we're going to show you how we get this cover crop planted. And it's real easy, guys. And we're going to scavenge all kinds of nitrogen from the atmosphere and put it right here in the soil. So why don't you guys come along? We'll show you how we do this. So this is our cover crop that we planted last year. This is Ladino clover. It tends not to be that great for forage. I know my neighbor's goats don't like it. My rabbits don't really care for it too much either. But this was planted over a year ago, guys. It was mowed down twice by us, and then it was also destroyed once by a hailstorm. And as you guys can see, we got a nice long green strip that's 100 foot long. There's a couple weeds in there, but we don't spray chemicals, so it is what it is. We can come in here and cut those out or dig those out. But this is what we're looking for, guys. This is the cover crop that's going to produce tonnage of green manure as well as copious amounts of nitrogen that's going to draw from the atmosphere and put into the soil for our plants to use later. So here we have our balança clover, crimson clover, and hairy vetch seed. As you can see, the clover seed has already been inoculated. If you guys don't have an inoculant, it's not the end of the world. The seed's still going to germinate. If you want, you can add a handful of compost to the bag, shake it up real well, and that's going to introduce some microbes with the seed to help get things started. All three of these, the hairy vetch, the balança clover, and the crimson clover, are going to pull nitrogen from the atmosphere and put it into the ground. On top of that, whenever we go to mow this down, it's going to create a literal ton or more of green manure that we are going to work into the soil and help build our soil with lush green organic matter. So guys, we're going to take you over to the garden. We're going to show you how we get this done. So here in the garden, we had a little bit of rain yesterday. I was not expecting that, but as you guys can see, this is still nice and loose. See, we worked this up. We got a lot of organic matter worked in here. We've been covering this every year with a cover crop. Last year we worked in rye. We do try to alternate every 3 years, a brassica, a rye, and then clover. We try not to plant the same thing over and over because each one of them will do something a little bit different. Guys, cover your soils for the winter. You will be impressed with the results that you get out of your gardens the following spring and summer. Now I have my seeder ready, and I've already got it adjusted for the size of the seed for the clover. The vetch seed is a little bit bigger, so we're going to come back and we're going to plant that over top of this. Now it does not take much seed to do this. You can find all kinds of different seeding rates. I tend to seed a little heavy in the garden because I'm using it for a green manure and a cover crop. So I want a lot of tonnage in a small area. So I just put a cup, about 8 ounces of each, balança clover and crimson clover, in each one in this bag. I've got them mixed up, and I've got my seed tray down here set on the setting just for clover. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start seeding this. Okay guys, so that literally only took me about 2 minutes. And I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me zoom in real close. You guys see the little gray and the little red seeds. All around we got a nice even coverage. That's why I really like these over-the-shoulder bags. You can really set the pace and set how much you plant at any given time. Now, since the soil's already wet, I'm not going to rake this in. I'm just going to walk over it just a little bit, push some of the seed in. We got some rain here in the next couple of days. We're literally supposed to get like another inch or so of rain here in a day or two, so I'm not really worried about the seed getting established. I know it's going to go ahead and germinate. Now, this was a smaller seed. We put it down first. Now we're going to come back and we're going to plant the hairy vetch. It's a lot larger seed. So we're going to get that ready and we'll show you guys how we get that done. Now I want to show you guys the size difference of these seeds. The black seed is the hairy vetch. The gray seed is the crimson clover. And the red seed is the balansa clover. All these are going to be good forage for the animals and make a good cover crop. That's one of the nice things about doing this, is we'll actually have something green to feed our animals throughout the winter and early spring. So you guys can notice the size difference. If I set the seeder to the size of the larger seed, all of my smaller clover seed would have just fallen out in the first couple rotations. Since we don't want to do that, we seed the clover first, and then we come back, adjust the seed setting on our manual seeder, and we do the larger seed second. Okay guys, I said I wasn't going to rake this in, but after looking at that hairy vetch seed, it is a little bit bigger. I decided I am going to just drag a rake across. I'm not going to go crazy with it. I'm just going to drag this rake across. I'm going to use the flat side of the back. If you guys have a landscape rake, that'd be perfect for this, or a garden rake or whatnot. I'm just going to drag the backside across the top of the soil just to make sure that all the seed has good contact. If I just had this in clover, I wouldn't be too concerned about it, especially with the rain coming here real soon. But since the seed is a little bit bigger, I do want to go ahead and make sure I got good contact. So there's really nothing to it. Like I said, I'm just turning the rake over, and I'm just going back and forth. I'm not trying to move a lot of dirt around. All I'm doing is making sure there's good contact with the soil and the seeds. And this is going to go very quick, even on a garden this size. This garden is 45 by 45. We're getting ready to do our other garden, which is 100 by 60. So it will take a little more time to do that one, but this just makes sure that there's a good seed to soil contact, especially with these bigger seeds. Make sure we get a good germination rate. Okay guys, so in about 10 minutes we've planted our clover and our hairy vetch out here in this garden. And this is going to scavenge nitrogen. It's going to cover the soil and keep it from washing and blowing away. It's going to produce a green manure for us and work in a whole lot of organic matter in the spring. Guys, there is no reason not to plant a cover crop in your garden. All of this seed cost me less than $5. Guys, the benefits outweigh the cost on this, guys. There's no reason why you shouldn't be planting a cover crop. If you guys have any questions or comments about planting a cover crop or some of the seeds that we've talked about today, we've used many different seeds in the past. Ladino clover, crimson clover, balansa clover, winter rye, ryegrass. We've used all kinds of things, brassica, rapeseed, all kinds of things for cover crops. They all have their own little niche that they're going to work with in the ecosystem. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact us down below or contact us over on Nutty Gnome Homestead on Facebook. If you guys like this kind of content, I'd really appreciate it if you'd like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, guys, get out there, enjoy this beautiful weather, and get your gardens prepared for the winter so you have a better spring and summer harvest.